welcome to another exciting episode of Two Bar Connections with your host, Jesse and
James. What's going on, everybody?
What is going on indeed? So, for today's episode, we have Amazon with some massive layoffs and restructuring going on because, wouldn't be another episode without more layoffs being spoken about. Then we have Krafton drinking the Kool AI aid, as I like to say. They have now gone to full AI, as they have proclaimed recently. We also have Microsoft, a report by Bloomberg of apparently Microsoft losing their fucking mind over demanding 30% profit margins for the Xbox division. We also have Ubisoft, friend of the podcast, yet again, making a jackass out of themselves for our lulz. And then we have an expose on Mind's Eye as to what the hell just happened with it. Before we get into all that, how have you been?
I've been doing pretty good, man. I've been trying to work some overtime hours to pay for Christmas gifts, especially for my dad, because I ended up pulling the trigger on the gift for him. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Because he listens. I know.
Yeah.
I was about to guess. I'm like, wait, no, I probably shouldn't.
No, it's funny. Well, I told you about it. I think we talked about it.
Yeah. I remember.
At dinner. Yeah, I remember. But yeah, I totally forgot he watches the podcast. I was like, oh wait, let me not say anything.
But in private, we've spoken about it. Yeah, and I know.
Yeah. So I pulled the trigger. I'm just missing. I'm gonna grab some other supplies to supplement the gift, but like the big purchase was made, so that'll be here in a few days. I started playing Faz again with Aislinn, and another friend that we met on Deep Rock Galactic. And that game's fun. That game's still fun. Still terrifying, but it's a lot of fun. And I made an impulse buy, and I got Arc Raiders because I wanted to try it.
Okay. Have you actually tried it?
No. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I was a little bit busy today because I slept until like 3 because I had worked the night prior. Actually, they were so short. They were so short that I picked up on Monday, and then on Tuesday they were like, "Listen, we need you to come in Tuesday. So we're gonna take off your Saturday if you come in tonight." And I'm like, "That's a damn fine deal.
Okay.
I'd take that deal."
Saturday off. All right.
Yeah, Saturday off. So I can't argue with that. So but tomorrow I'll probably play some Arc Raiders to see how it goes. Because I've heard nothing but great things about it.
I know people have been even before it came out. There was a lot of buzz about it. Especially, it's funny hearing about it because it was around the time Concord was revealed, and Concord was not Concord, Marathon, the other PlayStation live service game,
next gen.
Yeah, Concord is although Concord wasn't the news. The UK did name drop Concord as an example of why consumer rights need to be advanced with some bill they're trying to pass.
Listen, that one player that's playing that game, they want it. They want to play Concord. Then you know what? Let them fucking play Concord.
Yeah, hopefully there should be some bot settings, right? Just turn on some bots and then you can have at it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've kind of had
marathon. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we've had that for a while. Those old multiplayer games that you bot lobbies by yourself. Like, why can't we do that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know how it is, man. The game industry is fucking weird with like what they have and what they don't put in. Like features that were commonplace 20 years ago just don't exist. Like we have, Halo, the campaign evolved. Right, being the first Halo since fucking Halo 3 to have, or Halo 4 to have couch co-op. It's like, why the fuck is couch co-op like not like in the box? It didn't happen with 5, didn't happen with Infinite. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? and couch co-op in Halo is lit. Like, it's so awesome. Just go to your friend's house and sit down next to your friend, have a couple of beers, and just shoot the shit while you guys play Halo together.
That's a tale as old as time.
Well, it's like pulling teeth trying to keep these things in, and they'll come up with some bullshit. Like, technical limit. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here!
It's like bullshit, dude. The technology that we have, literally, it can be limitless if you use it right, and they don't use it right. That's fucking trash. It's trash, and everyone knows it's trash. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I got Arc Raiders, and I'm planning on playing it tomorrow. And yeah, how about you, dude? Oh,
Excuse me, that's just a little cough there. That's all.
you're good. Yeah, but how are you?
I'm doing all right. I was a little sicky poo over the week because we went
Sorry.
to we went to Atlanta. So I was with this guy in a car for 12 hours, right next to me, within touching distance. So if you're in touching distance, you're in breathing distance.
Yeah, I was hacking up a lot of shit, dude.
Yeah.
But I did my best.
Yeah, and I've been hacking up a lot of shit too this past week, so I'm kind of coming down on it a bit. Mostly just a rain nose, a little bit of congestion. Atlanta was great. I really liked Atlanta. Atlanta was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did go to Atlanta. I totally forgot that we literally recorded the episode and went to Atlanta the day after.
Yep, and we went to the best possible game for the Dolphins because the Dolphins actually fucking won. It'll be the only game they win outside of the Saints and the Jets, and that's it. But even then, I think it would have been preferable we just beat the Saints and Jets, and that's it.
No,
but that's neither here nor there.
No, they need to keep losing. I can't stand this football team. I really can't. I can't stand these people. But at least someone's getting fired, or someone's been fired already. Hopefully, McDaniel will be next, and maybe they can like trade Tua to, I don't know, the Browns. He'd be a really good Browns quarterback.
Yeah, just somewhere but not here.
Yeah.
Somewhere, yeah, long as they're in here. But Atlanta was really cool. The game was nice to watch because we won. Really walkable city, by the way. Like a lot of, I think we killed it the Airbnb choice because the Airbnb we went to was like downtown, and there's a walking distance of so many different areas within the Cook Museum, within the aquarium, and within the college football Hall of Fame Museum. Which, by the way, if you want to see some top tier AI slop,
no,
I highly recommend you go to the College Football Hall of Fame Museum in Atlanta because they have kiosks everywhere where you can scan your card because you get a badge before you enter with like some of your information in there and your biometrics, for that AI data. And you go to the kiosk and you pretty much you get your card scanned. Can't speak. And then it'll like show like an AI like rendition of you like being a quarterback or like you being a coach or a running back or whatever. And like it'll have like this whole story about like how you were born like in a humble neighborhood and then like you had dreams of working as like a doctor, but then you decided to be going to football, and then you pursued a career in the NFL, and then eventually you became a coach, and yada yada yada. Right, like your whole life story. Mm-hmm. All with the most toppest of tier, greatest of AI slop gabagool I've ever fucking seen. Because my God, the monstrosities of that thing shat out was equally horrifying and hilarious.
It was definitely like Gen 1 AI where they couldn't figure out the fingers. Like, that's what they spent the money on. Gen 1. Like, prototype artificial intelligence.
Yeah, well, it couldn't figure out the fingers, and it couldn't figure out James's fucking ethnicity, because James here ended up looking more like Jafar, who sells you the hummus at the hummus stand on the corner of the Bronx.
If you have the chat, if you have it open, you should, like, show it.
Oh, it's going to be a thumbnail. I already know. It's gonna be a thumbnail. It's gonna be
I can't with you, bro.
By the way, it's your turn to edit it, so you have to find it. I'm gonna send like if you're missing any, I'm gonna send them to you because I think I have them all.
Well, you know what? No, send them all to me, please. Yeah, it is my turn to edit. So you got it. I will make it the thumbnail. And you know what? Actually, send them all to me and give me your favorite pick. Give me your favorite pick, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit it so that there's a slideshow of all of our AI slop right before the end of the episode. Well, no, like after the end, after we say our sign off, do it.
That'd be great.
Send it all to me.
That'd be perfect.
And then I'll put and whatever the thumbnail you want to be, like your favorite Jafari hummus dealer picture of me, whatever. Honestly, that was the highlight of that museum.
That was because everything else like kind of it's okay. Like you got like a trophy there, and then like you got another kiosk where like you can see what your favorite team is and see like what the all the star players that were in the Hall of Fame from that school. You can stick your history and stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely the AI was just amazing. It just
Yeah.
it was a sight to behold. I have not laughed so hard in such a long time. It was great.
So if you had your way, you would have been on the floor because I forgot which one it was, but you were like holding on to your knees for dear life, just like
It was the last one. It was the very last
the
one.
one with the cheerleader.
And that's because everyone else was laughing so hard. It was contagious. So it just
yeah, no.
and it was right there, like the biggest screen possible. 4K slop, just Saudi Arabian James.
Saudi Arabian me, ready to give you good price. Can I give you good price?
I give you good price. 3% off rugs.
3% off rugs. No, but dude, my favorite one is like it's $10, but for you, my friend, $9.50. It's like 50 cents off.
That's because I like you.
It's because I like you. You good friend. You good friend.
All right, so not to mention the gaming side. So I just played some demos, but nothing much beyond that. Well, no, that's not true. Not true. The Steam Deck. I played a lot of Steam Deck because it was a pretty long drive up.
Give me your official thoughts on it.
And just like how we hit a home run with the Airbnb, I think we did the same thing with our rental car because we got a Kia Sorento that just so happened to have Lightning USB ports built into the seats. So it was absolutely perfect because I was able to play my new old Steam Deck that I've had for like 2 years. that I've never used until now, that you so graciously gave me.
Well, dude, because it literally did the exact same thing in my apartment in Texas. It just sat there, and I was like, yo, this kind of sucks. And I felt like you would get the most out of this.
Well, maybe I've gotten more than you, but I would have still haven't gotten much. So yeah, got to play the Steam Deck. Played some Ninja Gaiden 4. It's not good for Ninja Gaiden, I can tell you that, because it looks like fucking shit. I could barely see anything, and for a game like that, like readability is everything. You have to be able to clearly see what the hell the enemy is doing. So when you just see like a blurry mix of pixels just fly across your screen and explode, it's like, oh, okay, maybe this isn't the best. Maybe I should be playing this at 680p or whatever the hell the resolution is at this.
Yeah,
but it was still good. It's ergonomically, it's a little heavier than I would have liked. It definitely a little kind of weighs on the wrists a bit. It's like you play for like a long period of time, it could be a bit of a strain on the wrists. And I don't like the D-pad location. So like it's here, but I think it would have been better here, like with the track, because there's a trackpad here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the D-pad would have been better there because like if I want to like make a quick switch, right, it's kind of awkward to like do that, right? It's easier for me to just do that, much less strain on my thumb to just do that instead of this constantly, like constantly stress it over. And then you combine that with the fact that it's kind of heavy, it puts a lot more strain on your tendons.
Yes, yeah, it does.
So, but other than that, really cool. I did like it. I think like for certain kinds of games, this would be perfect, right? And this would have been perfect for me when I was going to Italy. Like, I definitely would have taken this over the Switch, even though I didn't play the Switch literally at all. Even on the airplane ride, I didn't do it either way. I mostly just watched movies and slept. So overall, pretty good. This is the old one. So like if you're gonna get a Steam Deck, I'd probably recommend getting the newer one, the OLED. I think it's what it is, the newest model.
Yeah, the OLED.
Probably want to consider picking up the OLED, or maybe get like an Asus ROG or something like that, or get the. There's supposed to be like a Steam Deck 2, allegedly, right?
Alleged. Well, I mean, listen, let's not get into this rabbit hole because I just uncovered a whole new slew of Valve conspiracies and what they're about to release.
Oh god, there's always a new Valve conspiracy.
Yeah, dude, but now I'm on the hopium again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That is very dangerous. No, it's copium still, because hopium is when you got solid evidence. Copium is like a Half-Life 3 will be released. It's gonna be Shadow Drop in 2026. Right?
Actually, no. Well, they're gonna announce it in December at the Game Awards.
It's gonna be Shadow Dropped that same day.
bro, if it's shadow dropped, I'll actually shit myself. Like, I'm not,
The entire gaming community will shit itself.
dude.
Joff will shit himself. Everyone in the audience will shit themselves.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have presenters up there with like their pants just sagging down, eyes watering from the rankness of the air because everyone just collectively shot their pants.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude. But seriously though, they data mined and they think there's something big happening in December. So
Okay.
let's
Alright. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, bro. Valve's gonna do something big, bro. I'm telling you, Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life 3, whatever 3. They'll finally figure out how to count to 3.
They're gonna do a 3 of some kind. I have seen this. It is as written.
Dota 3, just something, right?
Nah, I would actually be disappointed. Nah. No,
Dota 3?
Not Dota 3. Stop.
With $1 billion tournament.
Oh my god. And Gabe himself comes out in his fucking flip flops and shit.
He comes in on his submarine. He comes out of his submarine. Submarine bought. James Cameron comes out too because he was borrowing it for a bit.
So no, I don't want to get into that because there's a lot of new conspiracy theories. Like they're going to release SteamOS and it's going to come with a free copy of Half-Life 3 or some shit.
All right, so enough about that. How about we get some news, huh?
Yeah, let's get into some news. Lay it on me, friend. Who are we starting with today?
All right, so today we are starting with Amazon. And they have gotten a huge round of layoffs they're about to enact. 14,000 to be exact. And this is apparently in lieu of an AI push that they seem to be pushing for because, of course, AI is the big thing, the fresh new bubble that needs to be pumped up right now. So this is a PC Gamer article, but this is PC Gamer reporting on a Bloomberg article, which I cannot access. But I can access this PC Gamer article here, and I can give you the skitty on what's been happening. And so according to this Bloomberg article that is being reported by PC Gamer, a memo was given out by Steve Boom, who is the VP of Audio, Twitch, and Games at Amazon. And in that memo, he stated that layoffs are a part of sweeping cuts and strategic changes that go beyond what is happening company-wide. He elaborated further by saying that leadership is evaluated for several months, and which he said that through the lens of our mission to deliver our very best gaming experience to customers while leading to the things that Amazon does best. Which is, sell you books for cheap, I guess. I'm not really sure what he means by that, but what doesn't Amazon do at this point? They're going to movies and streaming and video games. All this just from the humble beginnings of just being like an online bookstore. But I digress. So we have Steve Boom specifically also citing Amazon Luna, saying that it leans into both streaming entertainment and delivering value for Prime members. But what's this? So by Luna, I think he means specifically this game of here called Courtroom Chaos, which is an AI game being for your phone that's only on Amazon Luna, which is their game streaming service, and it has a Snoop Dogg AI judge. So yeah, clearly this is the future that Amazon envisions. You play on your phone with AI Snoop Dogg.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That essentially looks like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but you play like two friends, and Snoop Dogg is the judge.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But as you can see though, here, It's not something that the gaming community is all too happy about. That is because not only on top of layoffs is happening in order to push this AI game forward among whatever else they are working on. Apparently, this has also culminated in MMORPGs and more large games being canceled. That's including what is it? New World, which has actually been kind of on the up and up, has been tragically cut short before, just as it's about hitting a stride. So people are obviously very upset about that, especially when they saw this. Right, this is what New World got axed for. Right?
Yep, that's exactly what it got axed for.
But Amazon did say that we're still working on some stuff. Right, we got a Tomb Raider game that they're working on with Crystal Dynamics, which itself was hit by 2 rounds of layoffs. And they also have an open world game being developed by Maverick Games, which is a studio composed of former Forza devs. So, like I said, New World has ceased development amid the layoffs because they can no longer sustain it. So, on October 29th, which comes just a day after Amazon announced the layoffs, New World announced that it was going to be ceasing development and that Season 10 and the Night Haven update will be the final content release for the MMO. Mm-hmm. Which, again, is kind of a shame because New Worlds came out kind of rough in 2021, and then eventually, over time, through updates and patching and taking community feedback, they've kind of built it up to a game that's actually pretty decent, especially by 2023 when they launched New World Atenum, I think is what they called it. That's what they rebranded it to. And apparently at that point, everyone was like, hey, this game's actually pretty freaking good. I hope they keep working on this. So unfortunately, that will not be the case, as the game will be closing soon. Development on it will be ceasing. However, the game will remain active through 2026 at the very least. And Amazon said that they will provide a minimum of 6 months notice before making changes that impact your ability to play. So the future is kind of uncertain on whether or not the game will continue to be playable in the future. So New World will still be purchasable along with in-game currency, and it will still also be downloaded for PSN subscribers. So developers responded also to this in their blog, and it's not too lengthy, so I'll read it real quick. So after 4 years of steady content updates and a major new console release, we've reached a point where it's no longer sustainable to continue supporting the game with new content updates. In the coming months, we'll provide more details on what to expect and what other essential information. Rest assured, our intention is to keep servers operating through 2026, allowing the community time to continue their adventures in Aeternum. Players of Aeternum, your dedication and enthusiasm have made the New World adventure an unforgettable journey. We're deeply grateful for every moment you spent help building this extraordinary world alongside us. It's been an honor to share Aeternum with you. Thank you for helping make this game something truly special. Mm-hmm. And then not only that, but the Lord of the Rings MMO has also been canceled amidst these layoffs, which, funny enough, it's being canceled again. What were you going to say?
No, honestly, I think it's a good thing. I don't know why, but I feel like they would have fucked that up.
Yeah, which is, it's kind of funny because this is being canceled yet again because apparently in 2021 it was canceled after talks of Amazon and Tencent fell through for development of the game, and the game was canceled a year before it was supposed to come out in 2022, before it was then picked up again in 2023, and before then promptly being closed today, or as of this recording, announced on 30th of October 2025. So this was shown hit via LinkedIn. This has not been officially confirmed by Amazon, but according to an employee on LinkedIn, they said that on their post this morning, I was part of the layoff at Amazon Games alongside my incredibly talented peers in New World and our fledgling Lord of the Rings game. Y'all would have loved it. It's always tough to see such a strong team go through something like this. I've been lucky to work with some of the most skilled, creative, and kind developers I've ever met. So yeah, so goes with Amazon, making their huge ass push to go with a lot of layoffs. Man, 14,000 people. Holy shit.
That's a lot of people. I know it's probably only a low percentage, but I don't know, man. That's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
And they axed a game that that was starting to perform well. I never played New World but I know I think Manny played it, right?
Yeah, he played a little bit. I don't know if he played the newest version of it, but I know like when it came out at launch, he played it a bit.
I'm pretty sure he played the new version as well.
Okay. Well, it was apparently pretty good, and like I said, everyone was like, this game is worth investing in now. Like, it's actually a really, really good game, really cool, and really fun to play, and hope we keep investing in it. But Amazon sees otherwise.
Yeah, of course. The bottom line, right?
Yeah, so it's very sad that so many people are losing their jobs, and yet again, the industry is being struck by massive numbers of layoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Any other thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I don't like AI anymore, and at least for in terms of gaming, because ChatGPT has its uses, but I think they should keep it out of video game making. Oh shit! Excuse me. Yeah, we both have coffee text.
Yeah, like I said, dude, I'm still hacking shit up.
It's okay. Yeah, but yeah, so AI bubble's coming for us all, and honestly, it's also coming for some other companies as well.
Oh, really? Tell us who.
Indeed, yeah. Well, as we all know, Krafton, the Lord and Saviors of Hi-Fi Rush, it seems they've drank the Kool-Aid now.
Oh, really? Tell me why.
So these are the same publishers that bought Hi-Fi Rush and are resuming development on Hi-Fi Rush 2, and everyone thought it was going to be a great time until the Fire Nation attacked. And now Krafton is saying some things that really has the entire gaming industry on edge.
Really? Tell me more.
Dude, so the story itself was published on October 23rd, and the CEO of Krafton, Changyang Kim, announced plans to transform the publisher into an quote AI first company in order to improve workflow automation and game AI services and company-wide AI operation by the second half of 2026. That is worrisome. Video games are an art, and they're not gonna do it justice, unfortunately. At least I don't think so. In a quote by him on the in the article, through our AI first strategy, Krafton will broaden growth opportunities for each individual member, expand player experience with creative endeavors, and lead AI innovation across the entire games industry. Oh my lord. They're going to come for people's jobs, aren't they, Jesse?
Oh yeah, when don't they?
Yeah. And this sucks considering that they're in the process of, like I said, they're resuming work on Hi-Fi Rush 2, which was, it's a game franchise that we both love very, very much, and that we thought was very unceremoniously deleted by Microsoft and then saved.
Who we will be talking about very soon.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, Microsoft. We're not done with you yet.
Another friend of the podcast.
Yeah. But
our latest
they're
friend.
on our latest friend, but they're on the shit list. They're not even funny to talk about. So they planned to they pledged around the 375 billion this year and 500 billion in 2026.
Coño.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a $1 trillion company, which is fucking insane to think.
Yeah, but you're going to lose all that money on this crap. However, there is a lot of economists that are saying that the AI bubble is about to burst, and I believe that to be the case. In fact, I sent Jesse a picture of the bubble and what it looks like, and it is scary. It is a 100% a scary ass thought.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry. Oh.
This one. Da ba ba ba. Da ba ba ba.
Da ba 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 ba. Da ba ba ba. So as you can see, every AI company or every big tech company is just investing in each other. which, in my opinion, artificially inflates the price of all these fucking people. And then what happens when the value tanks for one? It will tank for the others. And yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this model. I think it's pretty ass.
There you go. A little bit of better view.
There you go. I was gonna say, yeah. So you see, OpenAI has 500 billion. Of course, the fucking Nexus is Nvidia with their 4.5 trillion dollar valuation. They got Microsoft at 3.9 trillion.
That's crazy, man. Because holy shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is how the subprime housing loans worked in The Big Short for the 2008 crash.
All these equity firms or whatever were just
where all the mortgages were intertwined with each other, like a bunch of shitty subprime mortgages connected to each other to.
So it just took a few assholes giving loans to people who had no business getting loans.
Exactly.
Giving $500,000 loans to some motherfucker with a 650 credit score.
And exactly. And then making those loans look good by packaging them all together to make them look like diversified portfolios so that they get AAA ratings. Yeah, I think that's happening now, but with AI.
Yeah, that makes it pretty horrifying because, what happens when it bursts and you have all these people who are like, no, we got to put AI in all of our development processes, right? What's going to happen then?
But the problem is there hasn't been anything revolutionary yet. Like right now, the most people do with AI is just kind of talk to it and ask it questions and then answers questions back.
I mean, yeah, like what are its functions? Like it's a glorified search engine. And generative AI sucks. It's literally a copyright machine. Like the only thing it's good for is probably porn. And even then, depending on the porn, there's a lot of ethical concerns with it.
There's a lot of ethical concerns. But yeah, and they also use AI for graphics cards to cheat customers.
What? Wait. On
no, I mean like they did. Well, because you have the.
Oh, you mean like DLSS and all that shit?
Yeah, DLSS and using artificial intelligence for rendering purposes, but it makes the game like shit.
Like dog shit, yeah.
Yeah, bro, because the AI doesn't actually optimize anything. It cheats and uses visual, smoke and mirrors to make it seem like a better game than it actually is. But at the end of it, it just looks off, and it doesn't look good. It just looks off. Yeah, so that's what I meant by they're cheating. They're cheating the consumer.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, sorry. But long story short, this is garbage. This shouldn't be a thing, and it is, and it's going to crash hard. And Amazon, I mean, I don't know what Amazon's stake is in that whole AI like clusterfuck bubble that I put, but I'm sure that they're gonna feel it when it crashes.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, everyone's gonna feel it. Everyone from the tech industry is going to feel it and feel it hard.
Yeah,
and it will be very interesting to see what the fallout's going to be.
I'm excited. I think I might be able to get a good graphics card in like 5 years, and not pay out my ass like
pay nearly however much you pay. Oh, I know how much you pay, but I don't want to say it because it's an ungodly amount you paid. You pretty much paid for my entire rig cost is what you paid just for your fucking graphics card.
I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it right now.
Meanwhile, I just ran away scotch free with a fucking $800 9070 XT.
I was so happy with 2080 Super. Oh my god, I miss it.
And you know what? That maybe still probably could have kept going.
It probably could have. I could have made it better. I could have added transistors to it. I mean, I don't know about architecture. I could have modified the chip myself.
Yeah, that definitely that baby can still. I'm still hearing people like rocking, that 2080 Super, and they're like, "Yeah, this thing's the shit." I've been having these for like 10 years, and it's still trucking.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I love that thing.
Of course, as long as your expectations are low, right? Just keep it at 1080. If you're good at 1080 60, you're solid. You're good. You'll be good to go. There'd be really no reason to upgrade if you have a 2080 and that's all you care about.
Yeah. So so Krafton is apparently diving freaking headfirst into this crap, and they better be careful because they're gonna need money for the whole excuse me, the lawsuit that they're going through right now.
Yeah,
they're gonna run out of money. They're gonna run out of money and screw.
I mean, they're a $1 trillion company. I mean, how much money could they possibly lose?
Yeah, that's true, but still, it will be a stain. It'll be a stain.
Yeah, we all know what's gonna happen if they lose the lawsuit and this bubble bursts when it bursts, right? I think it might make this 14,000 layoffs from Amazon look like peanuts.
Yep.
I just hope the guys at the new Tango, make Hi-Fi Rush 2 before that happens.
Yeah, or at the very least, like, keep it small. Like, just do what you did for the first game, and you should not have any problems.
Pump the game out and then abandon ship immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
Just abandon ship, because oh my god, it's gonna be bad. All right.
Yeah. Speaking of, no, I don't have a good segue. Sorry. Sorry.
Speaking of sinking ships, we have.
Oh, see, I could have thought of that one.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm getting gas all of a sudden.
Oh. I'm the one drinking seltzer water. Why are you getting gas?
No. Just got hiccups and some gas. Speaking of sinking ships, Amazon, frenemy of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
According to a Bloomberg article, which I did not have access to, so I took screenshots of it, have reportedly demanded that their gaming division net a whopping 30% profit margin, which is fucking insane and explains so much about all the crazy shit they've been doing the past 2 years.
30% profit margin? What the fuck?
So yeah, this is according to Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, on an article that he published on October 23rd, 2025. And according to this report, this has been taking place for the span of about 2 years, and it is a 30% profit margin that Microsoft likes to call accountability margins. And these margins are astronomically high. So just to give you a bit of perspective here, according to the article, it is most companies have an average of 17 to 22% profit margin, with Xbox. Xbox specifically having a 10 to 20% profit margin over the span of the past 6 years, with a 12% profit margin during the first 9 months of 2022 fiscal year. And according to Neil Barber, an analyst for S&P Global who spoke to Schreier, he said that 30% is really fucking high. A 30% or better margin is usually reserved for a publisher that is really nailing it. And Microsoft, according to the books, has been doing pretty well, with a 10 to 20% profit margin. I still would hesitate to say that they have been nailing it.
No, they have absolutely not been nailing it, but please continue.
But apparently it wasn't always like this, according to the article. According to the article, game makers were originally asked to just make the best game possible, and they didn't really worry too much about the financials behind it. But then 2023 hit, and comes Microsoft CFO Amy Hood, who brought a new goal to the Xbox division of 30% profit margins. Amy Hood is was recently appointed the CFO not too long ago, I think about like 4 or 5 years ago. But she came in with this insane goal of like, to start making 30% profit margins.
Ew. It's so disgusting.
And of course, what has happened, happened as a result of it. You have Perfect Dark being canceled, Everwild being canceled, thousands and thousands of people being laid off. That Kool seeming MMORPG being made by the Elder Scrolls Online guys.
Yeah.
Reportedly getting canceled. That seemed like a really cool game. Apparently it's going along pretty well. And even Phil Spencer himself said that, this game's pretty freaking cool. Like, I want this to be going forward. So, all that stuff happens. And fun fact, CFO Amy Hood is the 7th highest paid CFO in the world, and is reported and received compensation of $25 million in 2025. So, like, it's just kind of funny that this lady comes in. It's like, all right, you guys aren't making enough money, right? We gotta, increase our margins. So let's just start laying people off. Meanwhile, she's making like money equal to probably like what all those people are making combined, and then some. But I digress. So, according to the article, Microsoft going forward, it's going to be focusing on making cheaper games or games that are guaranteed to be big sellers. They're also rethinking their hardware strategy, which of course we've seen a lot of evidence for, with them very heavily hinting that the next Xbox is going to be a PC console hybrid. You had Satya Nadella going on, I forgot what show, but he was talking about like how, like, when you really think about it, consoles and PC are kind of one and the same, right? So like, why do we have to have a distinction between them? And I'm really looking forward to the next generation of consoles, right? He said something like that to that effect. And of course, like, there was a lot of reports and leaks about like how, the next system is going to be Xbox PC hybrid. And then you have Sarah Bond on the morning show talking about how the next Xbox is going to be very curated and very premium, which is a very corporate way of saying expensive as fuck. So, any thoughts so far before I finish off?
Well, I mean, you nailed it in the beginning when you said that Microsoft thought they have lost their fucking minds, because they're making money, but like through cuts, not through like sales or anything like that. At least I don't think.
Well, their third parties efforts have actually been pretty successful. Indiana Jones sold really, really well, especially on PS5, where it's done the best, because of course, why the fuck would you buy an Xbox? Because what point is there in buying an Xbox at this point?
Yeah, there's no point.
And now they announced that Halo Campaign Evolved, the remake for Halo 1, just the campaign, will be available on PS5, which, oh my god, that is wild to hear that. I would have never thought Halo would have made it to PlayStation.
And yet here we are. It did.
Yeah, even when Phil Spencer was like, no, there's no sacred cows amongst Xbox, right? Anything could possibly go multi-platform. Even though at first he was like, only a few games. We're only going to put a few on multi-platform. Don't worry, guys. We're going to still keep it exclusive for Xbox. And then he was like, maybe there's no sacred cows anymore. Maybe we just shouldn't have multi-platforms. And then you have other guys, I forgot who, saying like, exclusives are kind of passe, right? Sure, like, we haven't sold these consoles an exclusive that's a console seller in like 10 years. Like, but that's just a passe, right? That's so uncool, right? Meanwhile, PlayStation and Nintendo are fucking killing it with exclusives, selling it, hand over fist console hardware, because they have really good exclusives and reason to pay for their consoles.
Yeah.
God, we are just sick, huh?
I guess we're both ill. I just swallowed saliva down the wrong pipe. And you, man, you are a hot mess, my friend. I'm so sorry.
It actually hurts to talk. Fuck. I didn't think it would be so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in other news, Microsoft still sucks, but they keep cutting while also demanding high profit margins. Now, of course, going multi-platform will allow them to increase their sales, but at the end of the day, they're trying to sell the Xbox brand, without an Xbox. I don't know. I really think. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. Xbox will not exist as a brand for very much longer. Like, they are going to cut it. They're going to shut it off and probably just call it Microsoft Gaming at some point, and not even call it Xbox anymore.
Yeah, and then there's the mess of Game Pass, which in of itself is a fucking money sinkhole. Right?
Yeah. Which I think we covered that last time. Which
Microsoft so geniusly put Call of Duty on at no additional cost, and then they reportedly lost $300 million on it. Right? I'm sure that hurt profit margins.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hurt the 30% profit margins. That CFO must not be happy. Must not be very happy.
So, last interesting tidbit here, because after that, the article kind of just goes over like what Microsoft's strategy has been like over the years, which we just talked about right now.
Yeah.
But one interesting thing here was that apparently, internally, Microsoft has a member-weighted value system, as it is said. And this is apparently a system of calculations based on factors like hours Game Pass players spend on a title. So this is like this is like one of their metrics they use to like measure success on a game, like outside of because according to the article, not every game is expected to reach 30% profit margins, but they try and find other factors to consider on success. However, this naturally favors online multiplayer games because what's the game that most people dump tons and tons of hours on? It's multiplayer games, and so that's kind of worrying now because I'm afraid that a lot of these studios they have, like Obsidian, InXile, Double Fine, studios that are more single player oriented might be like, hey, you know what? We kind of want to stay afloat. We don't want to get fired, so let's make a multiplayer game. Except we don't really know how to make a multiplayer game, so we're kind of have to kind of just fumble our way through it. And then we're gonna have a bunch of studios, that could have made really good single player games, wasting their time on multiplayer games because they have to in order to survive.
But yeah, it.
Any thoughts on that?
Honestly, no, I don't.
I mean, like we see it so many times now, right? Like you have Rocksteady.
I'm trying to add, yes, dude. Man. Sorry, continue. You're saying?
Yeah, like you have like Rocksteady, BioWare, and I mean those are the two big examples, right? Anthem and Suicide Squad were fucking dumpster fires, and you have Anthem shutting its doors. I think by the end of this year, I think.
Yes.
Or like the January 1st next year. It's shutting its doors, and then Suicide Squad's already fucking dead. I think.
No, Suicide Squad's it's been dead. Been dead. I think they shut down.
Yeah, I think they just pulled the plug on it. But there's still a single player at least for that game, so you can still play it, right? It's not. At least I think so. I hope so. Right, you can still play it and buy it if you want to for whatever reason.
Actually, I don't think so. I think that's one of those games that requires an online connection always. Like the server, there's always a connection to a server or some shit.
Well, that would suck absolute ass.
Well, honestly, all things considered, with the way that they make games now, I would not be surprised if Suicide Squad always required an online mode.
No, it's not exclusively
online anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
And offline mode was added that allows play. Okay, so that's good. They added an offline mode.
Okay, but it's just that should have come standard again. More gaming practices that we don't do anymore. So
yeah. So anything else?
Nope. Not on Microsoft. Please, I can't stand Microsoft.
Okay, so going from one friend of the podcast to the next.
Absolutely. All right. Well, as that Ubisoft had just laid off devs at Red Storm Entertainment amid their restructuring of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems a lot of people have been taking to Twitter to describe Ubisoft's to deride Ubisoft's response, or not response, but their saying of how to accept their quote voluntary career transition. Yeah.
Oh boy, that totally does not sound dystopian and weird as fuck.
That is the most corporate shit I've ever heard. It's like, oh no, it's not an amputation. It's like, no, you're firing people. Stop trying to butter it up. That's not made for butter. But yeah, and a lot of people were taking and running with it. You got some quotes here that are saying essentially, oh, that's a pretty fancy way of saying you're doing layoffs. Duh. This is without question one of the most poorly written layoff press releases I've ever read in my life. There's also a picture here on Twitter from Massive Entertainment, the studio that was affected the most by the layoffs. Which, funny enough, that was the studio behind Star Wars Outlaws, and yeah, they had this to say. Quote, as part of our ongoing evolution and long-term planning, we recently realigned our teams and resources to strengthen our roadmap, ensuring our continued focus on the Division franchise, technologies including Snowdrop and Ubisoft Connect. Now, of course, just a bunch of other stuff that they placed. This was a lot more professional. We're going to put the link in the description of the video so you can take a look. Other people, though, they
yeah.
There was one quote that says, quote, hello AI, write a statement where we announce that we're laying off a bunch of people without saying that we're laying off a bunch of people. Bro, I love that meme. Dokes. Voluntary.
It's funny how Dokes is now back as a meme.
Bro,
I remember back when Surprise Motherfucker was still a thing.
Bro,
that shit's like 10 years old.
It is 10 years old. And by the way, he's been popping up on my YouTube shorts. He's funny. It's hilarious.
Let me see if I see the original state. Up to blah 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 blah.
No, the article just lists a bunch of tweets that they were talking about.
Okay. Never mind. I thought there was another one. That was like
worse
than this one.
No, I think they posted all of the in the replies. That's where you're gonna find all the memes.
Yeah, welcome home. You got Pippa.
Welcome.
Where can we dump?
Sad Pepe from McDonald's.
The career transition program is some real dystopian business speak for firing people. Just say you had to lay people off. Holy shit, this corporate speak is unbearable.
It really is unbearable.
So just fucking layoffs, voluntary career transition. Bitch, please call them layoffs. Corporal speak, so you guys are fired. Voluntary career transition program of Dokes. Yeah, as you can see, people are definitely taking the piss on.
They're absolutely taking Yup. That's it, yes. Massive fighting for their life not to say the word layoff. Oh my god, bro. Fucking Trump at McDonald's. That's funny.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Lol Ubisoft.
Right? Lol Ubisoft, lol cow. They really are lol cow.
They really are the lol cow of the gaming community.
Yeah, bro. At least we could laugh at them. They still do awful shit, but we laugh. Just hopefully we can stop laughing soon and they could just make games without having to ruin people's lives.
Yes, please. There was a time when Ubisoft made cool games that everyone liked, right? Prince of Persia, Splinter Cell, Rayman, right? It wasn't just Assassin's Creed, right?
I would kill for a Splinter Cell game.
I mean, look, Rainbow Six is actually kind of cool. I actually like Siege, but come on, man! Like we need stuff more than just Rainbow Six Siege and fucking Assassin's Creed. Oh yeah, and there's For Honor too, which a lot of people like, but that's a little more niche. Which I'm shocked that game is still going as strong as it is.
Dude, it's got a really strong community. Like the niche is real. The niche is absolutely real. Don't die on me, Jesse.
Yeah. All right, so how about we go over our final story for today?
Absolutely. We're back to the disaster that's known as Mind's Eye. So this is actually kind of an expose that was done on on the game as well as the company itself. We all know the story about Mind's Eye. You know, in July. Well, sorry, like this game was released. People thought it was broken and buggy. The game that was meant to be a tech demo ended up being a full-fledged. I don't even know what the fuck this was supposed to be. Open world RPG or some crap.
It's sort of open world. It's like supposed to make an open world Grand Theft Auto game, but doesn't really have any open world stuff to do. It's kind of just
No, it didn't have any,
there.
which actually it'll tie into the video.
It's got aliens though, which when I learned that is fucking insane.
No,
and the game has
no.
aliens. Does anything in this tell you there's gonna be aliens?
No, nothing tells me it's aliens at all. Well, actually, wait, maybe those little robots in the bottom right-hand corner.
That's just cyberpunk stuff. It's just.
Oh, okay. So it's literally garbage. Just visual filler.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So they actually did an expose on the head, which was Leslie Benz. Leslie Benzies. Excuse me. So
This guy right here.
Yeah, this guy right here. So this guy is actually a pretty big deal. He actually worked at Rockstar, where he was a senior figure on the GTA series, and a lot of people credit him for establishing the GTA formula, which a lot of people now are copying and putting their own spin on it. Now, he actually had an issue in 2016 after where he apparently there was an issue with unpaid royalties that got settled out of court, and then he went on to build. Sorry, this sounds really weird. To build a rocket boy.
Dumb name. It's called Barb for short, so we can just call it Barb. Because Build a Rocket Boy is a stupid name.
They really should just call it Barb, but it's okay. That's not so bad. So Barb, the company has been doing pretty well because by the time it was settled, by the time the company was going into 2024, it had about 233 million pounds of investment, and it was in this time where I think he was going to start making a new game that would eventually become Mind's Eye. Yeah, so Barb's says here that Barb's first project was named Everywhere, which was an RPG multiplayer role-playing game based in an open futuristic city, which that kind of sounds like the final product that we have now with Mind's Eye. And Mr. Benzies had requested a bunch of new ideas and features, but apparently he was asking for it way too fast, and it was just a classic case of a lot of ideas but no direction on what to do with them. And a lot of people, including I believe his name is Jamie. It just says, let me see what his name is. It's actually a pseudonym. It's a real person, but they hid the name. He said that the style of working was plagued from the start and was actually a sign of things to come. And Mr. Benzies was prone to, knee-jerk reactions or knee-jerk decisions, and just shooting off ideas and being very focused on the small things, or little issues that he would want fixed immediately. And they even described this in detail, where they would call them Leslie tickets. So there were issues with the games that he would bring up, but they had to be solved immediately, or else he would get upset.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah,
definitely sounds like a
which
very, very finicky
no,
boss, right? He just
no, it was
this
super.
that's all this.
He was super finicky. He was very very finicky. Actually, and there was one. There was an associate producer. His name was her. Their name was Margarita, and actually, she would bring up concerns with this kind of behavior, and she was they were quote laughed at in meetings with the bosses. So there have been a lot of and actually there was a lot of instances where employees would try to raise concerns like that, and then they actually did an open letter. It was signed by 93 current and former Build a Rocket Boy employees that alleged that the studio management made radical changes without properly consulting workers. So they really were just going all over the place with everything, not just in changes with the game, but in changes with the studio as well. And of course, this led to accusations of micromanaging by Mr. Benzies, or even had control over the video that was uploaded on the official Mind's Eye YouTube account. Oh, and now I got gas. And then, of course, in 2025, Mind's Eye entered its period of crunch, where Marge says that it began from mid-February and continued into May, which was about, I don't know, I would say like 5 months of work. That's
That's about 3 months.
Yeah, it's about
2
3
and a
months.
half.
2.5. Okay, again, not very good with the math. But it was a lot of crunch. And with a micromanager like Benzies, you can already tell where this is going. These people were just not having a good time. They were being ridden hard by someone who really had no vision for what their project wanted to end up being. Even the former audio program says that the mistakes started to pile up during crunch, and says that that the team would go through what's called regressions, where they would fix a bug only for another to unwittingly bring that bug back to life. So bugs turning on other bugs. And
yeah, this all sounds very familiar, right? This is something we've heard over and over again, right? Big crunch, right? And then when big crunch happens, you start playing development whack-a-mole, right? You smack one prompt, and new one pops up. You smack another one, one pops up, right? That's all because no one has any time to properly implement anything or polish anything up before it's actually ready to go to the next person.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it can be pretty demoralizing for these people, because they're being yelled at to fix these bugs, but the bugs start to pile up and then start to make their own bugs and unfix bugs. So they were probably at their wits' end with everything that was going on. And I don't blame them. It's like the never-ending loop of work that never stops. But so then Mind's Eye launched on June 10th. Oh, damn. One day after my birthday. And, they celebrated because they finished. And at one point, Marge said that at the same time, it really felt like it was the last good thing that's going to happen. And Marge was right. Because this game was absolute dog shit. It did not release any advanced copies for reviewers, but
I wonder why.
I think they knew exactly why. But reception of the game was poor right from the start. People encountered performance issues, various bugs, things like pedestrians walking on midair. And one example is one character's face appeared to melt due to a graphical glitch, which I think I've seen that in Cyberpunk, in build 1 of Cyberpunk, like someone's face was literally just melting, like it would the graphics just wouldn't render.
Like looks like South Park Chrissy Gnome's face is
Yes, exactly, just like that. At least South Park stayed consistent, though. That just this was just kind of stayed there.
And they made your episodes in 6 days.
Yeah, but those guys are just efficient as hell. So, and they were just seeing disastrous reviews after disastrous reviews. They've been working on hot fixes for all the bugs, but it just wasn't enough. And because of course the game did so poorly, Build a Rocket Boy ended up with the layoffs, which I know we covered in a previous episode. Which it was like 250 to 300 staff, and the Union of Independent Workers of Great Britain, they put out an open letter on behalf of those employees, says it also planned to take legal action against Build a Rocket Boy for their disastrous mishandling of the redundancy process. So, and of course, I'm just gonna call him Barb.
Yeah, that's what calls. Just this Barb.
Yeah, well, like I don't know, like I want to say like the whole name to give them respect, but at this point, it's like,
what the fuck do you need respect for? What the fuck?
Out of respect or whatever. But Barb said that the staff had poured passion, creativity, and hard work into our games in our studios, adding that it was deeply saddened and didn't anticipate having to make redundancies after launch. More corporal speak. That was kind of gross to say. Also, some other bullshit about how like the version of the game that was released did not reflect the experience our community deserved. Some other bullcrap about care and transparency, yada yada yada, as you know. So it's just so it's really just an expose, and it's really it just shows you a picture of just how bad management can really cripple and ruin a game. And it can happen to anybody, because this Mr. Leslie Benzies was, you know, head of the Grand Theft Auto franchise for a while, and a key architect of its success. And he went off to do his own thing and couldn't do it, even while micromanaging every single aspect of the studio, right down to the YouTube video. It was just not, nothing was clicking for him, and nothing was clicking for the people that he was under. So, just spewing out random ideas with no thought or consideration or control, and no good management of the ideas that actually made it into the development process.
Yeah, like I said, this is something we've been hearing over and over again. It's just such a shame that a dude with such a big name has seemingly permanently tarnished his reputation amongst people in the industry. It's very hard to recover from this.
It is very hard. No, it is very hard to recover from it, especially now since they're going to be laying off people, and I don't think they're going to be working on the game for a bit, because there's no one at the studio anymore, and the people that are there are just focusing on hot fixes for the build that is actually there. So, yeah, so it's a shame. I mean, really, they should have just stuck with the idea that it was a tech demo, or if they wanted to make it into a game, tell your fucking people, hey, we want to make a game out of this. Let's try and make it work. And then they'll be like, okay, sure, let's try it. Instead of just springing it on them last minute with no preparation.
I mean, you're making like, you're the Grand Theft Auto dude. Like, you worked on Grand Theft Auto. Why not just try and make like a Grand Theft Auto, like a cyberpunk Grand Theft Auto game? Like, that sounds like a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, especially since Cyberpunk really didn't hit that nail on the head for a lot of people, because a lot of people thought that Cyberpunk would be CD Projekt Red's version of Grand Theft Auto in a cyberpunk dystopia future. Which, that's a cool idea. Like, a lot of people would roll with that, and you could have done just that. But I guess I guess he wanted to make something new. He didn't want to make another Grand Theft Auto, because that's what he's been making for a long time. But he had too many ideas and no control. Like, he never had anybody to kind of just like sit him down and be like, focus. What game do you want?
Apparently, I saw there, according to Marge, also a lot of management, not just Leslie, discouraged people from speaking out, because when she'd bring out ideas, like, they just kind of laugh at her.
Yeah.
Or them. Sorry, them. They laugh at them.
Oh yeah, sorry. Because in the article it said that she uses a gender neutral pronouns.
Yeah, they say they use gender neutral.
Forgive me.
So they, right? Uh, so yeah, like when you have a toxic management like that, right? They have no direction. They get mad at you for not completing their stupid little tasks. They're constantly breathing down your neck. You try to speak up about problems, they tell you to fuck off or laugh in your face, right? It's just not a a conducive environment for good development.
No, not at all, and definitely not sustainable in the slightest.
So it's no wonder that the game is so bad. It's just crazy, like how bad it is, because it's like, wow, this is this is like generationally bad.
Yes, it is absolutely.
It is so comically buggy and broken, and like Cyberpunk was, Cyberpunk was also like a pretty big failure at launch too. But you can see the vision of Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk had just exceeded its grasp. This game is like had like little T-Rex arms for a grasp, and it still couldn't grab shit. So what the fuck is this? Like, what are you doing? You made like an big open world, but it's a boring ass open world. There's no real side missions you can do. If you try and drive anywhere except for the area that the story wants to go to, it's going to give you a mission failure. You're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Whereas Cyberpunk, it was like, oh, like this is, big, massive, hyper detailed open world with, FPS combat and these big open-ended RPG mechanics, right? There's definitely, there was ambition and vision there. They just bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah, they just bit off more than they could chew, but it was made by people that had a clear vision of what they wanted, and they knew what they were going to do ideas-wise.
Yeah, whereas this game just choked on its own spit.
It really did just choke on its own spit.
That's the best way I can put it, right? Like, they didn't even
they
bite
really
anything.
did.
They just fucking swallowed a little too hard and just started choking.
Yeah.
All right, man. So anything else before we close?
No, not really. Do you have anything you want to add to the Mind's Eye disaster fiasco?
No, not really. I'm good, man. We can sign off here.
Nice. Sounds good to me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys giving us a listen. Please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also leave a comment down below if there's any games you want us to play or if there's a news story you want us to cover. The best way to watch us is on YouTube for the video podcast, but we do have audio only versions available on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Spotify. We also are on socials. Well, actually just social singular. We're on Twitter. No, we will not call it X. And you can find us at our handle at 2Bar Podcast. And give us a follow. Send us some memes. We like the memes. And who knows, we may even put the AI images generated on on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching, listening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Peace.
Bye, everybody.